Welcome to Probation Information Network, a comprehensive resource for federal defendants. Hi everyone, and welcome to probationinfo.org, brought to you by Probation Information Network. Today we're going to explore our release preparation guide, where we'll explain how to prepare for release from federal prison. Getting out of federal prison can be both exciting and stressful. Planning ahead can reduce anxiety and help to facilitate a smooth transition home. Planning for your return home from prison should ideally begin before you even leave for prison. The opportunity for voluntary surrender makes this possible, but not everyone is afforded that opportunity. In such cases, after arriving at your designated BOP facility, you should consider some of the suggestions in the voluntary surrender guide, as some will still be applicable. Start saving money right away. Shortly after arriving at your designated BOP facility, you will be given a job assignment. While these jobs are typically very low paying, some pay a decent amount by prison standards. Once you have purchased your initial necessities, begin saving as much as you can afford to. Even small amounts will add up over your time in prison, and you will need as much money as possible when you're released. Having a valid driver's license when you're released will make your transition considerably smoother. If your driver's license will be expired by your release date, it may be possible to renew it through the mail. A loved one on the outside can look into your state's rules and help make preparations to get it renewed at the right time. Be aware of your credit. Inmates are ideal targets for identity thieves because of their isolation. Consider a credit freeze to protect you while you're away. Request a credit report well before your release so you have time to deal with any irregularities before you get home. Use your time wisely. Get your GED if you don't already have it. Enroll in classes offered through your facility's education department. Any certifications you can earn while in prison may help secure employment upon your release. Take advantage of any opportunities for vocational training. Earn a college degree through the mail from a reputable and accredited program. Release preparation in the BOP typically begins around 18 months prior to your release date. Your facility will likely offer a variety of classes and events to help you with your reentry. Your case manager will also begin meeting with you to discuss your plans for your post-release housing and employment. Prepare your resume. If possible, include letters of reference from one or two former employers, co-workers, or close associates who can write about your positive qualities as a worker, acknowledge your criminal history without going into detail, and assert their belief that you have the ability to move past it. Let your loved ones know that your release date is approaching and you will be looking for employment. Someone in a loved one's network might know of a possible work opportunity. Social Security insurance benefits are suspended if you're incarcerated for more than 30 consecutive days but less than 12 months, and they're terminated if you're incarcerated for 12 months or longer. You have to request to have your benefits reinstated upon your release, and you have to provide a copy of your release documents. If your BOP facility has a pre-release agreement with a local Social Security Administration office, your case manager might be able to help expedite the process so you can start receiving your benefits as soon as possible after your release. Request your medical records. You will want documentation to show to your doctors after your release. This will likely take some time, so make the request far in advance. Every BOP facility will have its own standard release procedures. Talk to your case manager to ensure you're prepared and know what to expect. The BOP is required to provide you with transportation if necessary. If you're being picked up by a loved one, make sure they know when to arrive, where to go, and what to expect. The BOP is also required to provide appropriate clothing for your release if necessary. But if you want to walk out with your own clothes, you can have approved clothing mailed to the facility prior to your release date. If you have a lot of property you want to take home with you and don't want to worry about carrying it all out, consider mailing the bulk of it home prior to your last day. Change of address. Make sure your loved ones know how to reach you after your release. Update any magazine subscriptions or other mail with your new release address. If you are releasing to a halfway house, every halfway house has different rules and restrictions. Read your paperwork carefully to understand what is allowed. Stock up on approved commissary items you'll need right away because it might be some time before you're allowed to go to a store. Understand your restrictions. Every federal district has its own set of rules for supervised release. Every state and territory has its own set of rules for sex offender compliance. To read more about rules and restrictions in your area, visit our restrictions page. We have the standard conditions of supervision and travel restrictions for those who are on federal supervision for all 94 federal districts, and we also have the sex offender registry requirements for all 50 states plus 5 territories. Understanding your restrictions will help you prepare for a successful transition home. On the day of your release, you'll report to complete the required release steps. Procedures may vary at each facility, but will include the following. If you're being released to the custody of law enforcement agents, you'll be physically searched. You'll fill out and sign a lot of forms. You'll dress out or change into your release clothes. They'll give you any prescription medication and any funds they owe you, including the balance from your account and any transportation stipend deemed necessary. They'll search your property and return it to you, along with any identification documents the BOP may have of yours. And when you get final clearance, you'll walk out that front door and head home. Thanks for watching. Check out our video on our prison reentry checklist and that page on our website. As always, if you need legal help, search our directory to find a federal criminal defense attorney near you who specializes in the type of help you need. Our directory can be found at probationinfo.org/findalawyer.